I've worked with enough new business owners by now to know that most people approach trying to build a business alongside a job in the complete wrong way. You see, most people try and build a business after work. They get home from work, they're already mentally fried, and then they try and build a business alongside it. But that's exactly why they stay stuck. Instead, I followed a reverse routine method that I'm going to go through today that allowed me to escape my 9 to 5 and run businesses and travel the world. And it all started with just 1 hour a day. So if you're new to the channel, my name is James Eardley. I run multiple online businesses, I now travel the world, and I create videos like this to help more people escape the 9 to 5 and build a business that they love. I used to be exactly where you are, in a 9 to 5 job, feeling unfulfilled, wanting more from life. And so in this video, I'm going to explain the reverse routine that I followed every single day in order for me to make that transition into running my businesses from around the world. So the problem that most people have, and you might resonate with this, is that you're still in your 9 to 5 job, but you decided that you're going to build a business alongside because you're going to push towards your dream life with an online income stream. And I respect that massively. But there's a sticking point, and it's so easy to get overwhelmed and so easy to not be consistent with this, because right now the way you're trying to do that is by going through your usual 40-hour work week, and after each 8-hour block at work, you'll then try and sit down and get something done towards your business. But when you're doing that, you're already feeling tired, drained, and because you've given the best hours of your day, and the best of you has gone to building someone else's dreams. It's gone to working on that job that you've got, which of course you have to do, but you've given the best of yourself already. So what's left for you is just a drained version of yourself that doesn't feel like doing the work that's required. So I did the exact opposite. I built my routine around my dream life, not around the job that I had at the time. So here's how I implemented my reverse routine. So firstly, I had to get clear on what it was I wanted. This is where I see so many people get wrong. They think about the routine first, or they think about how they can change their plan or add more things to their diary without taking a step back and understanding what are they doing it all for in the first place. So the first thing I did was I worked out, instead of just having vague goals like wanted to get rich, wanted to travel the world, I decided what was it exactly that I wanted my dream Tuesday to look like. Where would I be in the world? What would I be working on? Who would I be with? And these questions were getting answered in my mind, so I knew exactly what my dream life consisted of. When I had that, I then go a level deeper and work out why was it I wanted that? And where would I be if I stayed on the same trajectory? And it scared me so much because I didn't want to stay on that same trajectory, working in a 9 to 5 job where I wasn't feeling fulfilled and I was never going to reach my potential. And that gave me energy, that gave me fuel for what came later, because I had a really strong reason that I felt emotional connection to as to why I had to take these actions and change my routine. And that's the base for everything else. If you try and do these following steps before that, then you'll never have the fuel and passion behind you to do things when they get tough. Step 2, once you've got this North Star and you've got this clear vision in your mind, is that you need to start cutting things away from your routine. Before we can add new things, building a business to a routine, we have to make space for it. And you're already busy in a 9 to 5 job. You've already got so many demands. It's already difficult for you to keep up with the current demands on your time. If you just add more to yourself, if you just decide, right now I'm going to build a business, you're just adding more and there's no space in that routine to hold it. So before we can add the new routine and add the building business tasks into your day, we need to cut the time wasters. So first, identify what is it in your day that is wasting your time. For me, I would spend time gaming, or I would spend time scrolling on social media when I first woke up in first thing in the morning. Or I'd be saying yes to plans that I didn't necessarily want to attend. And this would just be filling my calendar to the point where I always felt like I didn't have time to build a business, or I didn't have the headspace. And that held me back for a long time. Once you've identified what it is where you can find an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours in your week or in your day where you're wasting it, be really intentional about where you're spending that time, and start to be intentional about how you're going to be aware of where you waste time. And that will become slots in your life, in your day, where you can start filling it with more intentional tasks that take you to where you want to be. So step 3, once you've identified the time wasting activities that you're currently doing, is to then implement the reverse part of the routine. So what I did was I realized that first thing in the morning, I was spending time scrolling my phone before getting out of bed. And this was just dead time where I was awake. I wasn't resting. I wasn't sleeping, but I also wasn't doing anything towards my dream life. And I put myself straight into a reactive mode. And there might be time for you as well in the morning where you feel like you're not responding correctly in the way that you wake up. Maybe you're scrolling your phone. So what I did then, for me, this worked so well for me, was to get up an hour earlier so I could work on one essential business task before doing anything else. So I prioritized my goals rather than my job's goals and the goals of other people and the things that people wanted me to do. To do that, to get up an hour earlier, don't kid yourself, don't give yourself excuses. It's easier than it sounds. All you need to do is put your phone on the other side of the room, set your alarm, and remember that North Star, that vision that you set already as to why it's so important for you to take these actions. So when you inevitably don't feel like getting up when the alarm goes off, you'll remember why it's so important to you. And you'll get out of bed, over to the other side of the room, turn the alarm off, and immediately get out of your bedroom or go to a desk. Go somewhere that's away from your sleeping area. Maybe shower if you feel like that needs to wake you up. But the first thing you need to do once you get out of bed is to get onto that most important task that you preset. So what I did, straight out of bed, straight to my desk, hoodie up, headphones on with some focus music on, and I worked on a task that I'd preset for myself the day before. So what happened here was that I knew I was working on something when I was most fresh, straight out of bed, rather than working on my job after scrolling my phone and then working on my job. So this is crucial for me. No thinking, just execution, first thing in the morning. And then the beauty of this is that in the evening, if you feel like you have energy after work to do some more on your business, then brilliant. That is a bonus. But when you don't feel like it, when you've had a bad day, when you've had a difficult day at work, and this happened for me plenty of times, I felt like I had nothing left to give. But it was okay because I'd already worked on the business first thing in the morning. So I'd already got a step ahead and I'd taken that 1%, I'd taken that progress towards my the direction I wanted to take my business. And so it was a bonus in the evening. So this worked so well for me because the previous idea was that I had to get new hours in to my day where I couldn't find it and I should do it after work. And that didn't work. This made progress automatic and it stopped me having to think and motivate myself. And also I was now really clear on what it was I was going to get to and why I was doing it. And that inspired me the whole way. And now I had a routine, I started to build momentum. And with that momentum, I had confidence in myself. I had a boost in self-esteem because I knew I could do exactly what I said I was going to do. And that kept me taking actions consistently and to a point where I had been matching and beating my 9-to-5 salary with the income that was coming from my business. And that gave me the confidence that I could leave my 9-to-5 job. And so at that point, I became location free and I can now travel the world running my businesses and making content to help other people to make the same escape from that 9-to-5 grind. So this is exactly what I help people do now inside my Relentless Code community, which is the first link in the description. So if you want more hands-on support to be able to build your routine that enables you to escape the 9-to-5, then I can help you in that. And that's the first link in the description. I'd love to see you in there. So with that said, remember simple 3 steps to build a routine that allows you to escape your 9-to-5 and build your dream life. But if your current routine isn't working, don't just continue. Flip it. Change things around. Do things first in the day. Do things differently than you've done before, otherwise you'll continue to get the same results. And show up for your future self. And when it gets difficult, when you don't want to show up for yourself, remember you're doing this for a future version of you that will look back on you and be very proud of the person that took those actions. So follow the routine and it will work in the same way that it has done for me. With that said, let me know if you enjoyed the video today in the comment section and in the community, and I'll see you in the next video.